The rule is very simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do.
Additionally, we are accumulating data that our authorized vaccines are effective against the variants that are circulating in this country. On this slide, you can see a study published just last week that demonstrates how effective the Pfizer vaccine is against the common circulating variants in the United States, B.1.1.7, as well as other variants like B.1.351. Additional studies confirm that the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are also effective against circulating variants. Finally, we know that in the rare event that people get infected after a vaccine, the resulting infection is more likely to have a lower viral load, be shorter in duration, and likely less risky of transmission to others. Considering all of these factors, the data on vaccine effectiveness, the science on their ability to protect against circulating variants, and our growing understanding of the low risk of transmission to others, combined with universal access to vaccines for those 12 and older, today, CDC is updating our guidance for fully vaccinated people. Anyone who is fully vaccinated can participate in indoor and outdoor activities, large or small, without wearing a mask or physical distancing. If you are fully vaccinated, you can start doing the things that you had stopped doing because of the pandemic. We have all longed for this moment when we can get back to some sense of normalcy.
Oh, it is lovely. Oh, Master, thank you. A little genie bottle. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Charlie Brown, now Charlie Brown.
I can't believe it. She must think I'm the most stupid person alive.
Come on, Charlie Brown. I'll hold the ball and you kick it.
Hold it! Ha! You'll pull it away and I'll land flat on my back and kill myself.
But Charlie Brown, it's Thanksgiving.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, one of the greatest traditions we have is the Thanksgiving Day football game. And the biggest, most important tradition of all is the kicking off of the football.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Come on, Charlie Brown. It's a big honor for you.
Well, if it's that important, a person should never turn down a big honor. Maybe I should do it. Besides, she wouldn't try to trick me on a traditional holiday. This time I'm gonna kick that football clear to the moon!
The physical properties of the virus, as best we know, haven't changed. The reason why this Delta strain is more transmissible is because there's just more of it. You develop more virus early in the course of your infection. You develop high viral titers very quickly. So that means if you want to derive protection, if you as an individual want to protect yourself from this virus, mask quality does matter, and wearing a higher quality N95 or KN95 mask is going to afford you more protection. In the setting of a more transmissible strain, you need to be more mindful of the quality of the mask that you're wearing.
The reality is we are dealing with a much different strain of this virus than we were even earlier in the spring, back in May, when the masking guidance was provided by the CDC at that time. That is their job. Their job is to look at evolving information, evolving data, an evolving historic pandemic, and provide guidance to the American public.
There's ample supply right now. In the beginning of this epidemic, we didn't have enough N95 masks. Now we do. People can go out and get them, especially if they're more vulnerable.
Oh, it is lovely. Oh, Master, thank you. A little genie bottle. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Know how to wear your face mask correctly. First, wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Put your face mask over your nose and mouth and secure it under your chin. If the mask has loops, hook them around your ears. If it has ties, secure them at the base of your neck and crown of your head. Make sure you can breathe easily. Remove your mask carefully. Untie the straps or unhook the loops from your ears and pull the mask away from your face without touching the front of your mask. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth when taking off your mask. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds immediately after removing your mask, or use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus and coronavirus.gov.
I can tell you is what the data we see and the hospitals we talk to all point that this is helping reduce dramatically mortality, particularly among our most vulnerable residents. You can still test positive. I think we're seeing that. But at the end of the day, really turning this in from something that was much more threatening to, say, a senior citizen to something that is more manageable, I mean, that's a huge, huge thing. I mean, we have a 90% reduction plus in mortality in long-term care facilities since we went into those at the end of last year, beginning of this year. So yes, there are positive tests among vaccinated. At the same time, the mortality and all the data is very, very clear. And so we think doing the seniors first was the right thing to do.
Doing the seniors first was the right thing to do.
Goes to, and you're all fabulous, by the way.
Because if you get the vaccine, then this goes away.
All I need